Good day to you one and all, it is I, Justin Hawkins, and this is Justin Hawkins Rides Again. I'm still on tour, as you may have observed, based on the fact that I'm on a hotel bed. You should have seen the hotel they put us in. We're playing at the Skos Roche festival tomorrow. We've done it before and we stayed in this hotel, and there was some sort of conscious downgrading that happened, and I ended up in I would say a hotel room that was unsuitable for broadcasting from, but it did have a lovely pink chair, and they've continued that theme in this room, which I've upgraded to. Anyway, as I touched on in a previous episode, I'm very keen to use this channel to cover the music that I'm excited and passionate about, whether that be stuff that's big and shiny and major label-y or successful, or whether it's stuff that's a bit more obscure. And today I'm going to talk about a band called Geese. And I only really found out about them thanks to the joys of one of the streaming services pointing me in their direction after I'd finished listening to the Lemon Twigs. But sonically, I couldn't hear that much of a similarity between what these two bands were doing, but they're both from New York, I think. I'm not sure. Anyway, so the song I'm talking about is called Gravity Blues by Geese. I have no guitar, I'm in a hotel, so I'm going to do a cappella the way nature intended. Justin Hawkins rides again. Nothing depressing about this at all, nothing. What? It's lovely. Anyway, Geese emerged 8 years ago when the band's original 5 members met as goslings. Projector, their debut album, was released in 2021, and that was just 1 year after they graduated. And then their second album, 3D Country, followed last June and was produced by James Ford, who has been mentioned on this channel before for his work with Fontaine's DC. Interesting, okay, so seems like they shared producers with another of my favourite artists. Anyway, 3D Country received effusive praise, most notably from Hero magazine. Cracking little magazine, that is. They described it as a genius work that saw the band unleash their true voice. Intricate, expansive, unpredictable, croons, choirs, and choruses. That's a lot of C words anyway to attach to one band. There have been 1 or 2 C words attached to my band. The sound of Geese has been compared to both the golden days of hard rock and 60s blues rock, with the names Zeppelin and Hendrix invoked as influences. There's too much confusion! However, reviewers have also observed that Geese are hard to define, which hasn't stopped them from trying, with some likening the band to the proto-punk greats like Television, New York Dolls, all about that personality crisis, and MX-80 Sound. I had a dream about a boy. This month the band are supporting King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. I've covered those as well, but as a quartet after their former classmate and guitarist Foster Hudson left the band last December. Gravity Blues is the 7th track on 3D Country, and it's been praised for its powerful vocal harmonies, layered guitar solos, and psychedelic finish. It's received no praise at all for its video, because there isn't one. Right, so I'm going to watch it and tell you what I think of it as we go along. Alright, cool. So, as soon as this starts up, it's got a little bit of a sort of Benny and the Jets throbbing flavour to the thump, a bit like that, but there's a swing happening in there as well, which I think is coming from a shuffle in the hi-hat. I'm going to listen to it closely, hang on. Yeah. It's not quite the Purdy shuffle. The Purdy shuffle is with some grace notes on the snare as well. It'll be like that, but this is more like a, and it isn't always in there. It's sort of like in some bars they put the shuffle in, others they don't bother. I think it's reminding me. It is doing that Benny and the Jets thing, because there's a piano playing the main sort of, providing the main sort of chordal harmonic information. There's a lovely guitar over there doing some cool stuff.
I can't wait much longer.
It's just, I love it when you hear voices like that. It's kind of, it has got something strokesy. Maybe it's very much a New Yorky thing. I don't know, but it's sort of shredded, and it's not an affectation, because this is caused by overuse. And even at that young age, he's kind of got this maturity in his broken voice. It's really great for emoting, I think.
For the clouds to break, for the clock to change, in the towers of a monster.
Just in that moment then, you heard the bass going doom, the guitar's doing a counter melody to that, and then you got the keys doing, you know, I think the keyboards are holding it down really, and then the vocal is just doing its own thing. There's 3 or 4 counter hooks that you could hang your coat on. It's so beautifully arranged. Sometimes you get songs that have all that stuff going on and it buckles underneath it, but if in the heart of it there's something great, you can get away with murder. You can do all that stuff. You can just keep piling it on, and that's what they've done. It still sounds raw and bandy, but the main sort of harmonic stuff is not really paying attention to each other, and it's only the piano and the bass that are really kind of holding it together. It's great.
But my hand don't shake, I'm giving everything away.
See, I love this.
Driving down the lonely road.
And then he uses a totally different part of his voice. It's really low and it's meaty as well. It sounds like he could probably be an opera singer, I suppose.
Into the ocean.
That's where I think when that the review that I read about earlier was sort of talking about crooning. That's this bit. And there's the choir. And then there's some proper blues singing in there. There's so much variety. We haven't even got to the chorus yet, have we? I mean, this is a verse and a pre-chorus, presumably. And what we're hearing is just like a guy showing us all of his range, really. I mean, I'm not just, not talking about the low bits and the high bits, but there's the range of sort of his emotional range, I suppose, as a vocalist. This is going to be a dissonant wig out bit, along the lines of what we heard at the end of that Idols track, Grace, that I was talking about, and some Beatles stuff as well, which does that. And I think when the Beatles did that on A Day in the Life, there was I think George Martin probably held up a 4, 3, 2, 1, or 1, 2, 3, 4, and then they all resolved on the final chord of that. But there might be some other kind of tempo mapping happening here, or they might just look at each other and go, now! And then it's straight in with the choir. It's beautiful.
Please, baby, I need you, and your hammer want to break my tail. Yeah.
So this is interesting. Like he's saying, it says, "Please, baby, I need you and your hammer. Won't you break my chain?" Earlier, he was talking about the forces beyond man, how they hug me to the earth, and presumably he's talking about gravity, because the song is called "The Gravity Blues." And so the hammer that breaks the chain allows him to defy gravity. Is gravity the chain itself, and is he talking about ascending, having passed over? I don't know. It's deep, isn't it?
It's good takeaway.
This is one of my favourite moments. Are you real? The way he delivers that, it was so breathy, and it's probably the highest moment in that performance as well. It's just so brilliant. It's just brilliant. There, I've said it.
as you torture.
But this kind of, like, he leans into certain affectations in certain parts of his range. Other times he's just singing from the heart, and then you've got that beautiful low crooning stuff, which always seems what's the word, inauthentic. So there's something insincere in that crooning, and it's an affectation that he puts on, and then that sort of high stuff, it's almost mocking. But it shows you that he's capable of an awful lot as a vocalist. It's quite wonderful to see someone go through the gears like that in only 2 verses, really. Lovely harmonised guitar part there. It sort of goes unnoticed. It has this sort of... There's a lot of posh stuff happening in this, but because of the attitude of the lead vocal, it sounds rough and ready. But it isn't. It's just it's an accomplished piece of playing on all counts, really. That piano chord we just heard there, it sort of has this almost like if you push the mod wheel on a on a synthesizer, but it sounds like a real piano with something in there. That's a bit of a Brian Eno trick, isn't it? It's the sort of thing you used to do. Yeah, it's got. I'm going to say that's a Brian Eno trick. That last section there has got a slightly different chord sequence. It sort of goes from through the which is do re mi fa so. It's the first part of just a major scale, really. But I think the second is a minor chord, third is a minor chord, fourth might be a major. Really great piano playing in there. Just sort of the played an octave of the original chord on the offbeat. You don't notice it because it's just so beautifully done, but it's really, really. These are top musicians, I think. With attitude as well, importantly.
Goodbye.
Nice. That chord is almost a Steely Dan sort of yacht rock chord, but it's played. Sounds like somebody with boxing gloves has just smashed the keyboard. Beautiful way to end it. It's delivering in a lot of different ways. I think they're making interesting arrangements. They're not trying to get hits. And as far as I'm concerned, anyone who's trying to exist in music and trying not to have hits, they're the true artists. So we've got to get behind them. So let me know what you think, and I'll see you all later. Nice one, guys. Justin Hawkins rides again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, watch one of these 2 videos, and I'll see you cats on the ice.
Again.
This is nice.
Again.